planet Venus, the morning star. Look at this rising dawn. Beautiful rising dawn. Oh, what a beautiful morning. Oh, what a beautiful day. I got a beautiful feeling. Everything's going my way. Well, the cattle are standing like statues. Well, the cattle are standing like statues. The corn is as high as an elephant's eye. And it looks like it's climbing clear up to the sky. Oh, what a beautiful morning. Oh, what a beautiful day. I got a beautiful feeling. Everything's going my way. Good morning. How are you? Happy Wednesday. Happy hump day. Remember what we say here on the channel. You got to hump this day. List it may hump you without your consent. So get humping. I've been single so long. I am so jealous of Wednesdays for all the humping that's going on. And kind of look forward to it because it's the only time I get some action. That's right. Good morning, ladies and gentlemen and gentle beings of all persuasions in the grand spectrum of humanity on planet Earth and beyond. It's time for Live and Learn, the morning gratitude show. First thing in the morning from Boston, Massachusetts, United States of America, planet Earth, as opposed to planet Venus. Planet Earth, which is the third stone from the sun, here in our solar system. Oh, wow. Early bus today, huh? 4:52 a.m. Wow, he's probably hauling ass and taking names. Good thing I got 4:53. This is the earliest the bus has been here. Behold, a bus. Ha-ha! Bus, bus, bus. Bus, bus, bus. Yes, the bus is here. Let's do it. Ha-ha! Awesome. Good morning. Oh, yeah. Maybe one day I should take this straight up to Braintree Station. Get on there. Get on the train. And do a little differently. Nah. It'd be cute, maybe just for content's sake someday. Good morning, welcome to Live and Learn, the morning gratitude show. I'm Eric O'Sullivan, Reverend Sully to my friends. It's just Sully to my friends. They don't give a shit about my my hokey internet ordination. Oh, it's a Brazilian steakhouse around the corner from my home. Perhaps I shall check this out one day. I don't see the whole big thing about Brazilian steakhouses. I've never been to one though, so I have no. Good morning. I have no fair review or comparison for their service, for their quality, for their value of price to plate. I am a chef though. Well, you know what? I used to be a chef, and I'm just a cook, and it's okay. I've kind of stepped back from that. I've stepped back from a leadership role. I've stepped back from caring too much. Because you care too much, you know what I mean? You're just going to give yourself stress. It's better to do what the Buddha suggests. Let go of your attachments. Don't give up, but let go. Oh, here we are. Red line and bus connection. Awesome. Let's do it. Awesome. Thank you, sir. Have a good day. Drive safe. Awesome. Bus, bus, bus. Bus, bus, bus. Bus, bus, bus. Get on the bus. Bus, bus, bus. Get off the bus. Bus, bus, bus. Can we see Venus still? No, it's now obscured by trees. Bunny. You want a morning bunny? There's a bunny for you. Get some bunny for the first thing in the morning for you. Hippity hoppity. Filling itself full of hop-tutiveness. I don't mean to call you an it. I didn't want to misgender you, bunny. Welcome to Live and Learn. It's the Morning Gratitude Show where I start off my mornings, start off my day with gratitude. A gratitude list I adopted about 5 years ago. It's made the biggest difference in my life. And it's given me perspective, which led me to find a greater purpose, which eventually made me realize a level of peace that I've earned. Now that I'm able to quiet my mind, rein in my self-talk, hone my expectations, let go of attachments, and count my blessings. Counting your blessings has an amazing impact on you. It makes you stop, drop, and realize that you have more to be appreciative about than it does about the onslaught of negative thoughts that goes on in any human's head. It's perfectly natural. But it takes effort, it takes discipline, it takes training, it takes some stick-to-itiveness to reformat your self-talk into something a bit more positive, something a bit more helpful. I'm here for that. So I start off my morning with what I call the Sully Foundation method, where I start off my gratitude list with a series of foundation blessings. I am grateful for my family, my friends, my faith, my freedom, my health, my union job, a good night's sleep, a solid breakfast, the peace that comes from being a single man, and my level of sobriety with its peaks and its valleys, its wins and its losses. It's a journey. One step at a time, one day at a time, isn't it? Haha. Alrighty. Whew. Had a good night's sleep. I always dream like crazy, like mad. It was like, I'm just trying to get home because my girlfriend and I broke up at a family event of hers. And I was like worried her father was going to confront me or something, but it was like, I forget why we broke up. 4:58 a.m. Oh boy, how convenient. We got 16 minutes to hang out together until the train gets here. Charlie card, coffee, tea pass. Shoot, don't look up my nose. Go. And I don't want to hit the sensor with my phone because there's cardless readers. It's like there's an app on there that's an RFID thing that you can charge you can pay your token, pay your car fare, your subway ticket with your phone by tapping it. Your bus as well. We also start off our day with a little bit of patriotism. I pledge allegiance to the flag of the United States of America and to the republic for which it stands, one nation under God, indivisible, with liberty and justice for all. My country, 'tis the sweet land of liberty, of thee I sing. Land of the pilgrim's pride, land where my fathers died. From every mountainside let freedom ring. Oh, say, can you see by the dawn's early light what so proudly we hailed at the twilight's last gleaming, whose broad stripes and bright stars through the perilous fight o'er the ramparts we've watched were so gallantly streaming, and the rocket's red glare, the bombs bursting in air, gave proof through the night that our flag was still there. Oh, say does that star-spangled banner yet wave o'er the land of the free and the home of the brave. All right, let's get it on. Well, what's up with the fist pump at the end of the point in the fist pump at the end of the Star Spangled Banner? That is because I'm a Boston Bruins fan. I'm a hometown boy. I've gone to so many Bruins games in this life, watched so many Bruins games, and for decades, the man in the tuxedo singing the national anthem was Mr. Rene Rancourt, and that was his thing. He would sing the national anthems and do that point, and then rev up the crowd. You can hear the baby pigeons. You can hear them clear as day. You can hear the baby pigeons. Are they hungrier today? Oh, baby pigeons, stay in the nest. It's best for you. Mama made a vest for you with leaves in plastic bags, an urban playground for you. Little pigeon says coo. I just made that up. Happy Wednesday. It's hump day, middle of the week. It's also new comic book day. I read 19 Marvel comics last night. I'm gonna write some reviews, send them to my buddy over at Weird Science Comics so he can have them ready, as material for his show. It's nice. We're getting the word of Sully out there. And his daffy takes on comics. And I like so many weird comics that the rest of the gang just they look at me like, what the hell are you doing? But it's all well fun, good-natured ball busting too. It's why we fit in well together, I might or might not be a bit of comic relief. That's not fucking consistent in life. But it's fun. It is. And so, out of the 19 Marvel comics I read yesterday digitally, I think maybe 3 of them were good. Maybe 4. I'm not too sure. Red Hulk definitely was fun. That was the best of the bunch. And I've been liking that since issue 1. It's pretty good. But I won't bore you with comic books talk. If you didn't know it, if you haven't subscribed already, now's a great time. I'm a growing channel. Smash that like button, turn on those notifications, leave a comment, and subscribe. Every one of these, toggles, these buttons, helps the algorithm suggest this little show to someone that may need to hear a message of dare I say, hope? Because I don't really rely on hope. I don't really use it, but people seem to dig that word. So buttons. 10 minutes until the train gets here. 10 minutes. 10 minutes till Subway. Oh yeah, you're a musical individual to this morning. It's Wednesday. It's new comic book day. It's part of my culture, part of my life, part of my hobby. One of my favorite things to do is go to my local comic book shop on new release day. New releases come out on Wednesday. I show up after work. I talk to the staff. I talk to other customers. I look at the shelves. I have a pull list. A pull list is a checklist of comics that you've given to the staff so they can put aside so you don't miss them. And it's a good way to, help your local comic book store, thrive with patronage. Seriously, they're an independent bookstore. They are, mom and pop shops. The American dream in action. Go get to your local comic book shop and spend money, or your local hardware store and not the big box stores. Or, just all down the line. Maybe a local coffee shop that's not a national, international chain with brand recognition. The American dream is getting clobbered. And we the people, are the ones who will stand up to the tyranny of the corporate interests that are looking just to homogenize, brand, market, and swallow up the wonder of the mosaic of local flavors, of family businesses. I'm so grateful and blessed to be an American. People die and cheat and struggle to get to this country still. I am not sold on lefty progressive modes of thought of that we're evil, that Western culture is evil. Seriously, there's never been more slavery in the world than today. There are more slaves. There are more, almost 8 billion humans in 2025. There are more slaves. Their slavery is still going on planet Earth. The British Empire was the first Western nation to outlaw slavery. I think it was 1803. And they suffered for it greatly with raised prices of everything because they couldn't trade with slave nations, to actively patrolling the seas with the great British fleet, and and putting down slavery and stopping the slave trade, trying to, and then America itself having our own Civil War, 1861 to 1865, to settle the slavery notion in America. But still, the West is tyranny. The West are oppressors. This is just bullshit. This is post-academic postmodern bullshit. Literally communists who are trying to, yeah, exactly. This is the commie plan, to divide us and to weaken us. And, just, again, we the people will stand up to this tyranny of thought, this tyranny of a monoculture, this tyranny of the illusion of non-choice. It's so, and I say political stuff for Friday, and because on apolitically incorrect Fridays, we'll have more to talk about that stuff. But just, I'm so grateful to be an American. I'm so grateful to be part of the West, to have, the level of literacy it takes to negotiate the internet, that you need to be able to not just read, to write, to interpret, to suss out nuance, to suss out lies from truth. It's we live in a really decadent time. We live in a very self-absorbed time, but we also live in a very literate time. That the level of literacy, of cultural literacy you need to negotiate life, the level of actual literacy, depending on your reading and writing comprehension. I'm so blessed and grateful that I'm part of that I have the ability to think, I have the ability to write, to express myself, both literally and artistically. I have the freedom to make jokes. Like 5 minutes till ale life. Okay, like one of my righty flavored friends, kind of a friend, non-delusional, I follow them on Twitter, and they know me by name. I've met them once a couple of years ago at a fan expo. It was nice, it was cute, and it was fun. But they're a comedian with right-leaning tendencies. And they make racist jokes. Well, they don't. They're not I don't know if they're racist, but they make racial jokes. Why? Because of freedom. Because the ability to say, like, hey, the ability to, what's scarier? Someone that makes a racist joke, a racial joke, not a racist joke, but therein blurs the line. What's scarier? The racial joke itself, or the urge to suppress the joke itself? I mean, I could easily just tune away. I could unfollow them. I could block them. I could click on YouTube, don't suggest this channel to me anymore, and be done with that. And it's like slavery still exists all over the world, and there's never been more slaves historically, the number of humans still in slavery. Even after all of that, it's 2025. And that happens in the East. That happens on the other side of the world. And still, blind eyes are turned to that. It's like, not my problem. We're not looking at that problem. We're So it's this, then look over here to, my friend making Holocaust jokes. I can't stand Holocaust jokes. I really can't. But right-wing friends, and especially like in this whole post-October 7th world, like, oh God, you're making a Holocaust joke. Really? I mean, and the worst part is with racial jokes that are dependent on stereotypes, and with Holocaust jokes, which are just cruel, because there are less than 18 million Jewish people in the world today out of 8 billion humans. And how many Jewish people were killed in World War II, liquidated on purpose because of an idea such as the master race? Was it 4 billion? Was it 6 billion? No, million, sorry. Let's say 4 million. Just for argument's sake. And I can verify that in Grok later, or you could verify it and let me know in the chat or in the comment section. But I mean, I think they're in poor taste. I don't think they're very funny. I think they're mean-spirited, but I understand. Hey, I have the right of free speech. I have the right to be insulting. I'm often insulting too. I can be insulting. I can be vicious. I can be degrading. I understand. I've said the worst stuff. I have made the worst jokes, and just to get for what? To get a laugh. And it's not for me to try to correct this person's thought process or anything. It's just more of like, my point here. Here's my point, and I got a hat to cover it. See, that's a joke. Hey, you got a great point. Good thing you're wearing a hat to cover it. That's a funny joke. But I mean, what new ground are you breaking with a Holocaust joke? I mean, is there something new to be added to that quell of information? The cultural literacy it takes to support the knowledge of setup to payoff, from opening line to punchline. I mean, and it was an innocuous enough joke. It was a ba-dum bump, that's the drum and the cymbal crash of and it was a simple setup payoff. It was 2 lines, and but still, it's like, okay, I know you're making a joke. It's structured as a joke. It has a setup. It has a punchline. It takes the cultural literacy of knowing the situation and the people involved to get it, for the victim and for the attacker. All this stuff. But still, at the end of it all, it's not a new joke. It's been done before. It's kind of boring. I'm not challenging you to make new and dynamic racial jokes or Holocaust jokes. I read The Rise and Fall of the Third Reich by William Shirer 4 times in the past 30 years. Twice in the past 10, once about 2 years ago, less than 2 years ago. It's a big book. It's history. It's horrible. And I recommend it to everyone, especially with this whole rise of fascism in America, thesis that both sides got going on. You have to really know how to identify the authentic and historical fascisms of Italy and Germany of the 1930s. And but I know what the master race is. It's an excuse to that is supremacy, that is judgment, that is literally feeling you're better than everyone else. Please respect the yellow platform lines, and using that as an excuse to murder. That ain't cool. Or using stereotypes of hey, look, that Irishman really likes potatoes. Hey, did he cook it in whiskey? Here we go. Oh, get ourselves a seat. But, like, there's nothing new there. There's nothing new going on. And as I said, I'm not challenging you to make a funny racist joke or make a funny Holocaust joke. I don't think the Holocaust is funny one bit. Wow. But those are my right-wing friends. And I have plenty of left-wing friends, too. And now here I am, stuck in the radical far middle. I don't have questions. I don't have answers. All I have are more questions. But let's wrap this up. Thank you so much for tuning in today. I'm blessed and grateful to be an American, to be on this side of the world. That, like, I have the opportunity to fly or fail. That I have the freedom of speech. That I have the freedom to vote. You know, just in the freedom of free of religious oppression. There's so many things to be grateful for. Just waking up. You have them too. I hope you write them down. And I hope you look at your list, and I hope it makes you feel better too. And I am grateful for my family, my friends, my faith, my freedom, my health, my union job, a good night's sleep, a solid breakfast. The peace that comes from being a single man has eluded me for years. And my sobriety, whatever form and shape it takes. I am blessed and grateful. I hope you are too, and I want to pay that forward to anyone that's tuning in to this little morning show. Thank you so very much. God bless. Namaste. Good luck. And we will see you with more videos. Happy hump day. Make sure you hump this day, lest it may hump you without your consent. So get humping. Alrighty. You have a wonderful day. Bye-bye.